Hello guys, welcome back to S3D, and today we're gonna take another look at Gundam Universe. Now, I have done Gundam Universe reviews before since the first wave in 2019, but honestly, I think I look at these type of product in the wrong perspective. Basically, I think in order to give an honest opinion about Gundam Universe figures, we have to just ignore the existence of these kind of stuff like Robot Damashi version anime and stuff like that. We have to look at the Gundam Universe figures as a whole, as its own thing, and we can't really compare it to Gunpla either because that's not what these are. That's not what these products are intended. The consumer, it's however, this packaging does come with a, you know, solicitation for the entry grade Gundam. So yeah, Bandai trying to sell you Gunpla with their Gundam Universe figure. So anyway, this is the GU-10, number 10 in the series. This is Tallgeese. And yeah, we got the Tamashii Nation quality sticker, obviously. And then on the back here, apparently in this wave, we also got the God Gundam. So we have the packaging here. This guy has articulation, whatever you call it. And then you get the distributed by Bluefin information right there. So yeah, so this is the Tallgeese, and believe it or not, this is actually one of the nicer ones that I've seen so far. I think for the most part, the Gundam wingsuits are pretty decent. So I guess if you're a Gundam wing collector, this line might do it for you if you're not into building model kits. The Robot Damashi Gundam wing figures are way overpriced. I just check online, the heavy arms is over $200. I know that's actually a pretty good figure, but for a regular Robot Damashi to be worth $200, that's kind of insane. You can get a metal Robot Damashi figure. And I think they're already doing the metal Robot Damashi wing line. So eventually, you can get your hands on a metal Robot Damashi heavy arms for probably $150, and that you should probably save your money for that if you're into the figures. But yeah, for the for the $20 price point, I don't think you can do wrong with these Gundam Universe figure if you're collecting the wingsuits. Like the death size is not bad. The Sandrock I think is okay. The new heavy arms actually looks pretty nice. I have a friend who got it, so I'm gonna go check it out. The wing I heard was so-so, but the Tallgeese is very nice. So and they still need to make the Shenlong. So anyway, we have the instruction right here. I mean, it's very straightforward. You probably don't even need the instructions to do this. So I'm gonna ignore that, and then let's just focus in on the figure. These things are pretty tall. You can see they tower over the Robot Damashi figure. In my honest opinion, I think this is actually very close to the Master Grade 1/100 scale versions of these Gundam Wing suits. Matter of fact, I think Tallgeese, this Tallgeese, is probably the same size as a Master Grade Tallgeese. So let's say if you're collecting, let's say 1/100 scale Master Grade Gundam Wing suits, right? You can mix in your Gundam wing suits with your Gundam Universe. This is actually a very different style. Some people told me this is actually based on the TV animation design. I'm not 100% sure about that because with the like the UC suits, they're actually not part of anything. It's like a new unique design designed by a different designer for like the mobile game or something like that. So yeah, I think that's the situation here. Now, the very unfortunate thing about these figures is they're mostly made from plasticized PVC. You can see, the plasticized plastic, meaning that is it's PVC that's being treated with plasticizers to make it flexible, and yeah, there's telltale signs everywhere, like flexible plastic. There are parts that are like ABS, like these parts right here. I think this top part is plasticized PVC, but they glue in the ABS parts on the bottom to make it more solid. And the fitment and quality is kind of questionable. I think, generally speaking, there's some, just like, most Tamashii Nation products, there's like quality control issues. You can see the nut marks right there. Whenever I like to make fun of Tamashii Nation, whenever they put on the sticker right there, you get awesome quality. But I can't really fault this line for having the quality control issues because I've seen them on Robot Damashi, I've seen them on SH Figuarts, and I've seen them on, well, obviously Gundam Universe, even metal builds and high-end figures. So yeah. Anyway, let me give you guys a rating on this guy in terms of appearance. Appearance, this guy gets a 10 out of 10. I don't know what, it's not based on the TV anime version, it's just based on this own thing, but it looks good. So, if you guys have this guy on the shelf somewhere, yeah, people are gonna be like, wow, that's a very nice looking mobile suit. Yeah. Let's talk about articulation. So articulation, articulation is actually very limited. They did actually try to design these things into action figures, as you can see. They engineered the double jointed knees, the ball joint for the feet, and we got the hips right here. I mean, yeah, this is not like a half-ass effort, to be honest with you. They did actually, spend some effort into designing these figures. Unfortunately, I think it's mostly the material that's hindering the that's giving these figures problems. It's the plasticized PVC. It's like a combination of using ABS plastic and plasticized PVC that's causing like the hindrance. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. I think if they made these things out ABS plastic, you might be able to get more articulation, more posability out of it. But since it's plasticized PVC, I think that's a main problem here. So yeah, we have the waist articulation. The hips are not bad. You got the ball joint here, and you get the thigh cut. The double jointed knees are actually not too bad on this guy. It's not like it's double jointed knee, but it's hindered by the material. So yeah, it kind of sucks. And then we have a waist articulation. We got this is not really an ab crunch. I don't know what's going on here. And we have a ball joint for the shoulders. I don't think he has a butterfly joint. I think this is just a ball joint that goes in there. So yeah, again, very limited articulation. We have bicep swivel. We have double jointed elbow that actually works pretty decent. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can tell from the joints that they did engineer some stuff into it. Just sadly, they tried, but they didn't try too hard. Because of the price point, I think the whole idea here is to keep the price low. So we have the neck hinge right there. Apparently the head comes off. The head actually feels like it's ABS plastic. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I gave it a 10 out of 10 for appearance because, the paintwork on this thing and the details on it, I think for this guy, for a Tallgeese, this is quite all right. Now, I do actually have some issues in terms of the value, but let's give you guys an overall rating on the articulation first. So articulation on this guy, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's I think they tried, and for something like this at this price point, we can't really complain about the articulation. So yeah, I mean, not everything's going to be like Robot Damashi and whatever. Not for 20 bucks. So anyway, we do have more articulation points here for the shield. Right there, the shield can hinge forward like that, and then we have the articulation for the Dober gun. Right there, we have the handle that can swivel. We have these thrusters on the back that can move. It's just one hinge right here, and then the wing can open up like that. Yeah, one of the reasons why I gave it 7 out of 10 is because these thruster things don't open. They don't do anything. This thing is just a giant piece of plastic, which is very lazy because Tallgeese is known for this high mobility. right? And if you can show the verniers, the thrusters on the back, then what is the source of propulsion, right? That the verniers on the back is what allows it to fly. I think Tallgeese can almost match Wing Gundam speed or something like that. So yeah, it's a pretty badass high mobility mobile suit. Unfortunately, you don't have that. So yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Let's see. Should I continue talking about the poor articulation? Well, we have the side skirt that can move, and then we have these that can move around. Apparently, this one likes to pop up very easily. Now the hand is on a ball joint, and the hands are swappable. Again, it's plasticized, but it's not like a very gummy figure. If you know what I mean. If you guys are experienced with some of the Jazzware figures, they're super, super gummy. This is actually a little bit less gummy than Marvel Legends figure. Not like as hard as you would expect from some of the McFarlane Toys, some NECA figures. But yeah, I mean, these are plasticized PVC figures, so you gotta be aware of that chemical. Yeah, this guy, due to the, even though there's some engineering that work into these figures, they don't really have a lot of posability due to, I guess it's mainly just a material. I mean, you can try it. I've seen a lot of people try to get these things into good poses, but you're not really going to get too much out of it. Yeah, without modifying the figure. If you're into modifying the figure, then yeah, maybe you can get some better articulation. I mean, yeah, look, we have a hinge right here for the shoulders, but that's still not going to get you anything. I guess maybe if you pull the Dober gun off the ball joint, and then just have him hold the Dober gun individually like this, then maybe you can get some, better poses or something like that. I don't know if he actually does that in the show, but I guess it's your figure, you can do whatever you want. So yeah, if you want to be creative about it, then I guess you can do it. All right, so in terms of value, all things considered, it has a hinder articulation, but it looks good. And since it's made from plasticized PVC, it's most likely almost very durable. So for $20, yeah, I think you're getting your money's worth. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. Obviously, he could have used more stuff. Obviously they can give him effect parts for his beam sabers. He have these beam saber hilts that are attached to the shield, but no beam saber effect part. So that's a little lazy. They could definitely do that. If they engineer in that articulation to open the binders on the back to reveal the thrusters, then I'll give it a 10 out of 10 in terms of value. But it's missing some stuff. I mean, can you imagine, this is kind of like doing the heavy arms and not allowing the heavy arm to open up the chest to reveal the Vulcan. That's kind of the, comparison. Not having that is a severe flaw. So yeah, that sucks. So I can't give it a full score in terms of value. So 8 out of 10 for value, 10 out of 10 for appearance, 7 out of 10 for articulation. Overall, I give this figure a 7 out of 10. Okay, let's make it 8 out of 10 because, for $20, you can't really complain. So, we've also got the clip right here. This is attachment point, so you can attach it to a Tamashii stand. Let's see if I can actually get this to work on a Gunpla stand. I think it probably works. Yeah, it probably will work. There you go. You can put it on the Gunpla stand. It's going to be heavy as hell. Yeah, it's way too heavy for a Gunpla stand. But, yeah, well, maybe. You gotta be very, very careful putting this thing on the Gunpla stand. Probably will break the stand or fall off the stand at some point. But there you go. There's the Tallgeese. in all its glory for $20. So yeah, overall 8 out of 10. You know, if you don't care about Gunpla, you can't afford Robot Damashi. You don't care about Robot Damashi. I mean, there's really not much you can do in terms of Robot Damashi anyway, because they don't. Recently, they did the Metal Robot Damashi figures for the Gundam Wings series, but prior to that, you know, there's only the regular Robot Damashi, and those figures are outrageously expensive at this point. There's really not much you can do if you're a Gundam Wing fan. So yeah, you just go ahead and buy these, $20 figures to complete your collection if you're not into building model kits. And that is pretty much it for this review. I hope you guys find the information helpful. I think this is probably the right approach. You know, before people criticize me for comparing these to Gunpla, and I think that's a valid point. And then people also criticize me for being an elitist when I compare these to Robot Damashi. You know, it's like completely different type of product based on the price point. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this review. I hope you guys find the information helpful. Thanks for watching.